Welcome to the 8th annual Spring Splash, hosted by the University of Rhode Island's Department of Textiles, Fashion Merchandising and Design. I'm Martin Bide, the chair of the department, and I'll be your master of ceremonies for this evening. And welcome again to the refurbished Edwards Hall. Nice to be here. You'll see in your programs that we have major support this evening from Macy's and from the Jones Group, both corporately and in the person of their CEO and his wife, Wesley and Diane Card. TJX companies have been a long supporter of ours, and they made a generous donation too late to get into the program, but they made it, and we're very grateful. We also appreciate the support from other sponsors mentioned in the program: Pelham Court Hotel, Wildfire Pizza, Expo Nails, JM West Electric, Sierra Faela, Kiernan, Plunkett and Redahan, Eastern Color and Chemical, and Common Threads. To the business of the evening. The first item features the work of our department's best young designers. Over the past few months, the midnight oil has been burning bright in room 301 of Quinn Hall as the apparel production lab has turned into our own sweatshop. Before the garments made it to tonight's show, they had to go through 2 tough rounds of judging. The first round of judging involved an initial screening with comments on construction and other fixable details for the successful ones. Those judges were Diane Martin, Program Director of the Rhode Island Sewing Network and an instructor in our apparel course, and Dr. Margaret Ordonez, a member of our faculty and Director of the department's Historic Textiles and Costume Collection. Then they had a second round of judging. They saw the garments on the models and considered fit and eliminated some. Judges there were Jeffrey Butterworth, a professor in the Department of Performing Arts at the Community College of Rhode Island, teaching and practicing theater costuming. Susan J. Jerome, collections manager for the Historic Textile Collection in TMD, and costume coordinator at the Mystic Seaport Museum. The survivors compete this evening for prizes totaling $2,500. The final round judges are TMD grad Cara LaFlamme Wickman, also a graduate of the Master Seamstress program. She now runs her own design studio in Providence. Karen Konopask is a graduate of our master's program, currently assistant dean for development for our college, and an avid weaver and sewer. Jeffrey Butterworth is doing double duty and judging in the final round also. And Christine Lorden is a graduate of RISD, and as former owner of Griffin Manufacturing, she provided design, product development, and garment production to athletic wear and sportswear markets. She's also a member of our department's advisory board. The full bios of those judges are in your programs, and they're not just joining in at the moment. They've been busy all afternoon looking at these garments in close detail and judging construction and finish, design and complexity, fabric choice and embellishment. And now the final piece of the puzzle, where they'll be judging fit and visual presentation as they hit the runway. The designs will be considered by the judges for the following categories: Judge's Choice, Most Creative, Most Marketable, and Best Sewn Quality. And there's one more judge, and that's you, the audience, and one more award called Audience Favorite. The ticket you use to get in is your ballot paper. We have some pens, if our ushers could wander around and pass those out for those who didn't bring a writing instrument. So keep note of who you're watching on your program, and at the end, write down the name of your favorite designer and the name of the collection, and we'll collect them and award another prize. Each awardee this evening is also going to receive an earring and necklace set from Swarovski, thanks to TMD alum Diane Heitnen. We appreciate that generous gesture. So the judges have got a tough task ahead of them. The rest of us can more or less sit back and enjoy the show. And I'd like to welcome my faculty colleague, Dr. Claire Lacoste-Capstein, who will provide the commentary to the show. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm very happy to present our students' work. Tonight we start with the Eco Chic Designs, a special collection of garments made from unusual materials from the Fall 2010 Fashion Merchandising Society. And here are the best examples from the Eco Chic show. Also, these designs are eligible for your choice, the audience favorite award. Let's start.
Queen of Cards by Nicole Ostrid. Nicole is a graduating senior from Richmond, Rhode Island. Nicole is a double major in French and TMD, and Nicole studied French at the Sorbonne last spring. News Flash by Sanya Josiah. Sanya is a TMD junior designer. Sanya was born in Monrovia, Liberia, lived in Ghana, and now resides in Providence. News Flash dress is made out of duct tape, trash bags, and newspapers. Sanya wants to become an inspired fashion designer. Majoring in TMD, and here Clara's dress is decorated with soda tabs. Little Green Dresses by Corey Davis. Corey is a junior from Connecticut majoring in TMD with a minor in art. In the fall, Corey will be in London at the American International University. Corey's dresses are made of repurposed textiles, used clothes, curtains, and various types of other fabrics. It is designed for the eclectic, free-spirited women. Here is Stephanie Konenko in Blinded by the Possibilities. Stephanie is a graduating senior from North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Stephanie's dream job would be to design clothing for her own boutique. Stephanie is blinded by the possibilities in her dress made from old window blinds. Fashion Mag Rag's dress. Her Eco Chic dress incorporates fashion magazines. Jackie is from Richfield, Connecticut. Graduated in the fall with double major in TMD and studio art and a minor in art history. She has been accepted to the Textile Design Graduate Program at the Academy of Art in San Francisco. Plastic bags and 5-cent cigar student newspaper. Diana is a junior who was born in Ecuador and now resides in West Hartford, Connecticut. She's a double major in TMD and French with a minor in business. From umbrellas, caution tape, cardboard, and jewelry chains. Kaylee is a sophomore from Smithfield, Rhode Island. Kaylee is majoring in TMD with a minor in business. Her goal is to work in the luxury apparel industry. Designed by Dr. Susan Adel. Dr. Adel teaches TMD, technical fashion design courses. Her research interests include Orientalism, reflected here in this dress with its tubular silhouette and asymmetrical opening. This garment was accepted in a very competitive jewelry design show during the 2010 annual symposium at the International Textile and Apparel Association in Montreal. The pattern for the dress was created through draping techniques. The fabric is silk charmeuse. The torso is underlined with silk gazar and piped with silk chiffon. Steel Royale by Sonia Josiah. Sonia's all black collection with red accents was inspired by pleating techniques. Sonia also incorporated lace into all of her design because she wanted to reflect the wedding scene for this year's spring splash, although it is done in a non-traditional manner. art. Karine is originally from South Africa. Karine's collection was inspired by women in the royal British family. Her collection evolved in representing the many faces of all royal women. A woman does not have to be married to a prince to be elegant, Karine said, to be elegant in any situation. Majoring in TMD with a minor in art. And Rebecca is also a long-distance swimmer with URI Women's Varsity Swimming Team. Fashion trends. The dresses are suitable for attending any type of wedding. Our first male to design for Screen Splash. Patricia is a junior from Beverly, Massachusetts, majoring in TMD with a minor in art. Her dream job is to design for her own boutique. Patricia studied in London before 2010 and started her collection there. She titled her collection Rise Up because she realized now is her time to really indulge in the opportunities she had been given and rise up to every occasion, no matter how much work it requires. With a collection by mixing fabrics and textures. Modeling her design. Jillian is majoring in TMD with an emphasis in apparel design and minoring in theater costume design. Her modern-day geisha dress in brocade fabric shows a modern Asian-style dress. While spending all 2010 in Paris, Sarah got inspired square, and with a little tweaking, she incorporated her own spin by combining different fabrics and textures. Professional Flirt by Stephanie Kolenko. Stephanie's collection is intended for strong, confident girls who still like to be a little flirty and mysterious. All the pieces have a little shimmer to them. Gala in the City is a collection by Diana Villarreal. Diana's dream is to be a known designer for the bridal industry, and here is a collection of evening wear dresses for women who want to be elegant, yet have a unique look. Cute Triangles by Amanda Ravener. Amanda Ravener is a junior from Garden City, Long Island, majoring in TMD with a minor in art. Her dream is to become a technical designer. Amanda's collection amplifies a classic little black dress as well as a classic cocktail dress. Her cute triangles incorporate shapes of triangles into each dress, in cutouts, patches, or neckline style. Also, gold accents in the zippers, and also in our handmade accessories. Graduating senior from Fort River, New Jersey. Emily is majoring in TMD with a minor in communication studies. Emily has been accepted into the Fashion and the Environment program at the London College of Fashion. Emily's dream is to eventually become a producer. This was Emily's collection, part of an honors project developed to further understand the role of gender and sex in fashion. serve multiple functions. Emily urges the audience to notice that marriage is a multi-sex alternative to the traditional bridal life.
Now the judges have to go into some hard work to retire and consider their verdicts. We'll hear from them in a little while. Meanwhile, please again vote for your favourite to win the audience favourite award, and we'll have people collecting your voting slips over the next few moments. On to the next item on our programme. Textiles, fashion, merchandising and design has come a long way since clothing and textiles was part of home economics. We now have almost 500 majors who are studying in a field that is truly interdisciplinary. Business, sociology, art, science, history, all held together with the common threads of textiles. It's also a global field. Look at the labels in your clothes. Almost 50% of our majors will study abroad as part of their degree. I encourage anybody who doesn't know us to come and visit, to get to know our students, or at least visit our website. By now, our alumni number in the thousands. We love to hear of their success, and we always want to hear more of it. And this evening, we're continuing to celebrate the success of our alums and tell the stories that give students of today achievements to aspire to. I'm going to introduce my colleague, Dr. Yvette Harps-Logan, who will welcome the 2011 inductees into our Alumni Wall of Fame.
Good evening, everyone. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to introduce our TMD Alumni Wall of Fame 2011 recipients tonight. And tonight I will present to you three. The first recipient is Cindy Blair. Cindy is a 1989 graduate in textiles, fashion, merchandising, and design. After graduating, she worked in public relations for Clairol and Caption Public Relations. She founded Cinder Blair Productions, a full-service production company located in New York. For more than 15 years, the company has provided casting, location research and scouting, permitting, budget and accountant management, visas and art direction around the world. We welcome Cindy Blair. Cindy. making soft furnishings from clients' completed needlework. She built this into a full-time business after graduation, working with needlework shops, and developed a strong clientele in New England. We present Janet Birdwell.
Good evening. It's a pleasure and an honor to receive this Wall of Fame award. My love of all things fiber, thread, and fabric comes from my mom. She always had a beautiful project underway when I was growing up. She taught me so much and instilled in me the knowledge that if something is worth the investment of your time, it is worth doing well. I am thankful for the excellent education that I received here at URI and for the wonderful professors and instructors who guided me along the way. Finally, I could never have accomplished all that I have over the years without the love and support of my family, my sons and my daughter-in-law, especially my late husband, Steve. He was not only my partner, but he was my biggest booster. Thank you.
The next recipient is Teresa McCarthy. Teresa McCarthy grew up in Boston. By the way, Teresa and I had many long conversations. We probably didn't understand each other because she with her New England accent and mine with my Southern drawl. She followed an undergraduate degree in fashion marketing at UMass Amherst with a successful and rewarding 12-year career in the retail business in New York with Bonwood Taylor and Ross Stores. Then she decided to seek a textiles degree and earn her master's in textiles merchandising and design. While Teresa was here, she enlivened department discussions, like I said, with me and my Southern drawl and she and her New England accent, and I learned how to say tomato rather than tomato. I would like to present to you Teresa McCarthy.
Well, I must say this really was quite a surprise when I was told that I would be receiving an award and quite an honor. And what I can say about my experience here, I spent 14 years in industry and for some reason thought I wanted to pursue a career in higher ed and wanted to teach. And what an incredible first place to come, to return to school after 14 years in industry, to come here with such incredible support from faculty like Yvette Harps-Logan, Martin Bai, Margaret Ordonez, who I think is here somewhere, but I haven't run into her yet tonight, and Linda Welters. And it was the most incredible experience, which then gave me the courage to continue on and get my PhD and continue to teach. And I had the honor also of being invited back last semester to teach a course in fashion apparel, supply chain management, and had some incredible students and a wonderful experience. So I thank you all very much.
Thanks, Yvette. Those faces should be on website pretty soon. Our disciplines within TMD are based in real-world practicality, and we rely on close contacts with a wide range of outside organizations to broaden the learning of our students and to provide support for our goals. Spring Splash is an opportunity to say thanks to some of those people. As with the alums, we look forward to both saying thanks to others in future years and to developing those new relationships. To introduce our industry partners for 2011 is our favorite Dean of the College of Human Science and Services, Lynn McKinney.
This is really a privilege for me in many kinds of ways. We're very proud of our textiles program, and part of the reason we're proud of it, you have seen earlier tonight. We're proud very much of our faculty as well, and while I think they'll be acknowledged individually later on this evening, we have a round of applause for the faculty members who are helping us. Tonight's one of my favorite nights of the year. As you probably know, attire on college campuses has gotten to be a little casual, and at least one night a year we can dress up and look absolutely terrific and see all these beautiful models in their wonderful clothes. So it's great fun for me. It's my pleasure to present the Industry Partner Awards. I am torn. You all can read, obviously. There are paragraphs in your programs, and I would refer you to those. Our first Industry Partner Award winner tonight is the Jones Group. Over its 40-year history, the Jones Group has developed a distinct culture that emphasizes product innovation, consumer-focused marketing, efficient and industry-leading operation platforms, and long-term strategic planning. And the paragraph goes on. The company is really quite extraordinary and has been a very good friend to our program at the University of Rhode Island. CEO of the Jones Group since July 2007 is Wes Card, URI 1970. He was president, COO, and CFO as well in the last roughly 15 years. Executive Vice President of the Jones Group since 2002 is Ira Dansky, URI 1967. He's also General Counsel since 1996 and Secretary since 2002. Is there a representative from the Jones Group this evening? We believe not. Weather, not here, as you can tell from today's weather, got in the way. There's been some weather in the south, and so we had some difficulty. So how about a round of applause for that? Our second Industry Partner Award tonight goes to Macy's. Macy's, with corporate offices in Cincinnati and New York, is one of the nation's premier retailers with fiscal 2010 sales of $25 billion. The company operates about 810 Macy's department stores and furniture galleries in 45 states, the District of Columbia, Guam, and Puerto Rico, as well as Macy's.com. The Bloomingdale's brand includes 41 stores in 12 states, 4 Bloomingdale's outlet stores, and Bloomingdale's.com. Macy's diverse workforce numbers approximately 161,000 people. Prior to June 2007, Macy's was known as Federated Department Stores. Accepting the award tonight is Lorinda Sinis. Please come forward.
Thank you on behalf of Macy's. We're proud to be here. Thanks again.
goes to the Rhode Island Sewing Network. The RISN is a nonprofit organization for sewing enthusiasts in southern New England. Formed in 1986 by students of URI's Master Seamstress Certificate Program. With almost 200 members, professionals and non-professionals, they share ideas and discuss sewing-related issues at monthly meetings and its annual trip to New York City to the Fashion District. Now, in its 25th year, this group is recognized as a source for job listings, want ads, and expert advice. Annual membership not only affords members the opportunity to meet others who share the same interests, but also provides the following benefits. Attendance at monthly meetings, special offers from local vendors, notification of local sewing-related events, and an annual trip to the New York Fashion District. Donna Peraglia, the recording secretary for RISN, will be accepting the URI recognition on behalf of the members. Donna has taught URI students in her own studio the skills needed to advance in the design field.
I'd like to thank you on behalf of myself and fellow members of the Rhode Island Sewing Network. I have to tell you, the last time I was at URI was when my children were looking at colleges, and I must tell you, this is a lot less stressful and a lot more fun. I've seen firsthand the excellence the Master Seamstress program here at URI has, and I couldn't be happier to come back here to encourage a generation of sewers and future fashion designers. And therefore, it's a great honor that I accept this recognition on behalf of the Rhode Island Sewing Network. Thank you.
This evening we have a couple of thank yous additional to our normal list, which reflect some very generous support of money and of time for our historic textile and costume collection. Here to give some special appreciation is Dr. Margaret Ordonez, faculty colleague and the collections director.
Katie, Shelley, will you join me? A number of years ago, a graduate from when I was at Kansas State
and it ruined her year, she said. And that she did want to say something. That she has another daughter besides Susan who does the public speaking for the family. But they have created this endowment, and we so much appreciate the support. Susan is also a graduate from the URI, not in the textiles department. We have something else in common. We were both foods and nutrition majors, and she wishes she had changed to textiles and clothing. And I have a plaque to present to you. And thank you so much for remembering URI and coming back to join us for this event.
Well, it's been wonderful.
I'm glad.
I appreciate it.
I'm so
Thank
glad.
you very, very much.
Thank you.
As I said earlier, this is our 8th Spring Splash, as well as a celebration.
Talented students, the evening raises money, helps TMD and its students in many ways. We're grateful to the Jones Group again, the Wesley and Diane Card, Macy's, TJX Corp, and our other supporters. Those funds become scholarships. We invited applications earlier in the year and received a lot of applications from a lot of worthy applicants. We had some tough decisions to make, but here to pass out the money is my colleague, Dr. Blair Gagnon. Still in that charming dress.
I was lucky enough to be the one who coordinated the scholarships this year. This is actually my first Spring Splash, and I can say it's a lot of fun back there. They're a fun group. What I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce the students, and if they would all come up and kind of just stay until I'm finished introducing each one of them, I would appreciate that. Kaylee Guay. Kaylee is a TMD major and a business minor from Cranston. There are longer biographies in your program, so I want to shorten things up. She's from Cranston, Rhode Island. And within TMD, Kaylee has focused on design and is very familiar to all of the faculty, as I told her today. Because when she has a decision to make, she often seeks advice from all of us in the process. And she told me today she even posted something on Facebook to get some feedback. She came in as she's adding another minor, so she's going to stay with us a little longer, and we're very happy. Kaylee Guay. Next is Victoria Benas. Victoria is from St. George, Maine, and is pursuing a double major in TMD and Italian with a focus on fashion merchandising. Victoria has a passion for fashion, and it's been lifelong, but she has also witnessed the differential access to quality products due to geography and financial constraints. This influences her desire to eventually own a small shop of her own. Leslie Lawrence is our third recipient. Leslie is actually not here because she is currently in Paris, poor thing. She's double majoring in TMD and French, and one of the fun things she says, she's trying to minor in German. She is hoping to study as a faculty member. Leslie pleased me particularly because she sent her application in from Paris. So she was actually checking her URI email while she was gone and got it in on time. So I was very pleased to get Leslie when she won. Our fourth recipient is Carrie Giblin. Carrie is a TMD major from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. While undecided when she first came to URI, Carrie has settled into TMD, and we are glad that she's here. Her passion for learning has reflected not only in her grades, but came through her application words. Her enthusiasm for the URI community was evident in her application. Liz is looking forward to future opportunities and perhaps studying abroad in the future. And last but not least is Nicole Russo. Nicole is also a textile marketing major from Southington, Connecticut. As she noted in her letter, she enjoys the balance between creativity and business that the textile marketing offers. Reflected in her essay was her consistent attention to learning and enthusiasm for the apparel marketing industry. I've had the joy of communicating more with Nicole since this application process and look forward to hearing about her experiences in the future. Next, Norma Smeda will come up and give the next award.
Published. It's called Weaving Designs by Bertha Gray Hayes. Gretchen White, Jody Brown, Katie Schelling, who's just been given your special award of appreciation. And I researched Bertha Gray Hayes. We've given workshops and lectures. Her life and work. She was an early 19th century Providence resident, and she was a nationally acclaimed hand weaver. Copies of the book are housed here at URI and throughout the state. Our book continues to sell successfully with royalties that belong to the Weavers Guild of Rhode Island. This is the third year that the Weavers Guild is very pleased to award a $1,000 scholarship in memory of Bertha Gray Hayes, and it's to a graduate student in the Department of TMD. Jennifer Pizzula is a graduate teaching assistant who's working towards a degree in textile conservation and museum work. Scholarship. Congratulations.
I guess this is the moment of truth. I think I saw some judges return. So I'm assuming that the results are in. If that's the case, then I'd like to invite my colleagues, Dr. Susan Howell and Claire Capstein, to come and announce the winners and present the prizes.
Okay, I'm going to start by thanking a lot of people. It takes a lot of dedicated people, faculty, staff, and students to create an event like Spring Splash. So first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Harps Logan and her fashion promotion students, specifically Lauren Goodnow, who helped us with the posters and the tickets. I'd like to thank Claire Capstein, Dr. Claire Capstein, for her assistance with the show tonight. I also want to thank the draping students for creating the outstanding designs in plaid fabric that you saw at the entrance to Edwards and over the U Club. And thanks to Amanda Ravner for making the signs for those designs. I have to thank Dr. Gagnon for modeling my design. You're never going to believe this. I tried like 5 students to fit in, and it turned out Blair was the only one who could wear the dress. So it was amazing. I'd also like to thank, I always want to come to this point and thank the models. People ask their sisters, their roommates, their friends, and in one case, complete strangers wrangled from the quad. Totally good sports, these guys, who agreed to be models for the many hours of judging and rehearsals. We salute your commitment. We love the models. Also, just to remind people that the majority of these students work outside of classes and courses to create these designs. We only have
had 2 collections that were created as independent study courses. The rest of these people are working in their spare time, which they don't have a lot of. So that's absolutely amazing. We know that with work ethics like that and creativity, they're going to do very well in the fashion industry. We need that work ethic. So the first thing I want to do before we get the awards is we want to bring everybody out again so you get a chance to look at the designers and their designs together. So let me get the list. Danny, do you want to cue some music, please? Thank you. Excellent. Okay. Nicole Hosford. I'm going to call them pretty quickly, so girls, let's move quickly. Nicole Hosford. Sonia Josiah. Kara Snetsko. Corey Davis. Stephanie Kolenko. Diana Villarreal. Villarreal. The designers are waving to you so you know who they are. Kaylee Gay. Kaylee. There's model. Let's pull Kaylee back up on stage. Corinne Colby. Rebecca McSweeney. Okay, you guys. Let's get cozy. Okay. Cindy Yang. Cindy Wave. Yeah, there we go. Nick Cloutier. Patricia Banks. Kayla Demoulinar. Kayla. Christine Heller. Jillian Linfield. Sarah Bolton. Amanda Radner. And finally, Emily Pasco. Okay, so you guys can now commence with your walk. We only practice this once. Well, yeah. So just a reminder that we're actually going to give out, well, as it turns out, it's going to be 7 instead of 5 awards. More about that later. Each will be given a $500 prize and a set of Swarovski crystal. And I want to thank Swarovski for this extremely generous gift. So the award categories are Best Sewn Quality, Most Creative, Most Marketable. The judges added a most innovative, we have the judge's choice, and then we have the audience favorite. So,
The Best Song Quality Award is given to Sonia Josiah.
I just want to say a couple words about what the judges said about her work. They said that, let me find it here, a little unorganized. It's just extremely, extremely well made. And I'd like to say about Sonia is that she's a person who, she finishes designing something, sewing something, and she's on to the next project. Whether it's for a class or not, she is just work, work, work. She's amazing. So congratulations.
The Most Creative Collection is given to Christina Heller.
So what the judges said about Christina, oh my gosh, there we go. They loved that the lingerie was suitable for a range of bodies. And it was a very cohesive clothing collection, yet it had a lot of nice variety, and the details were really good. So good job, Christina.
The Most Marketable Collection is given to Amanda Ravener.
So the judges said about Amanda that her pieces could be made in a variety of price points, that they were cute and they were fun, and they absolutely loved the zipper embellishment. Sorry about that. Good job, Amanda.
The Most Innovative Award is being given to Emily Pasco.
So the judges said about Emily that the collection was very artistic, it was a good story, fascinating, and they felt that she was extremely successful in her presentation of multi-sex clothing. Good job.
The Judge Choice Award is given to Sonia Josiah.
Okay, so the judges said about Sonia, in addition to what I said earlier, is that her collection was extremely cohesive, and they just went on and on about how fantastic her visual presentation was. The jewelry, the shoes, in combination with the really beautifully made clothing, they did an excellent job. Very good.
And we have a tie for the Audience Favorite Award. Amanda Ravener for Cute Triangles. And Stephanie Kolenko for Professional.
Stephanie the other set of jewelry, and we will get you an award and $500 later.
rapidly getting towards the end of this. I'm going to roll a few credits. We had a lot of people who did a lot of work on this. You've heard of most of them, but the TMD 442 have been busy all day looking at time-to-time details, so let's thank those guys. You've met most of the members of the department, except my colleague Linda Walters is on sabbatical and is suffering in Greece right now, poor thing. And also Carl Asplin, who does a lot of work in our department, who did the logo and the layout for the invitation and the layout for the program. He's a valuable asset for us, and thank you, Carl. I'd like to mention the Textile Advisory Board. These professionals meet with us a couple of times a year and give their time and expertise to our program to make sure that we maintain currency and relevance in our teaching, give sound advice to us and our students. We have several members here this evening: Sherry Nixon, Claudia Yao-Chili, Christine Lorden, and Evelyn Kennedy Comentucci, who I'm going to ask to come up and just wrap it up for the evening on behalf of the advisory board. So if Evelyn's there, we can do that. I'd like to welcome her up.
Hey guys, did you have fun? Yes. Once more, did you have fun? Yes. I think, thank you everybody, and you all deserve, from Dean McKinney to Dr. Ray, on down to the whole group. I've been here a number of years. I've watched a number of shows. This isn't the first. But I gotta tell you, this was the best. All I can say to a wonderful group is next year is going to be even greater. Thank you.
That was absolutely right. There's an element of rollover. The money that gets raised one year gets distributed the next, and so we know that the next year really is going to be bigger and better, thanks to our major sponsors. And that's all, folks. Just have a very safe drive home and come back next week.